Four, three, two, one, and please welcome Miss Katrina Santos, Senior Instructor and Partner of B&B Studio Manila. Okay, so we go straight to your interview, Kets.
Okay.
Kets was our former ballerina in Philippine Ballet Theater, so there she is as the Cinderella. What are the motherly qualities, especially of your mom, that you have imbibed and you are using and you're projecting with your own child and with your students? Maybe take it away.
Well, yes, I have been a mother for 22 years now, over 23 years. My son just turned 21 years. So he just turned 22 years old this March. Alam mo, this pandemic also has done a lot to my mind. I need to count how many years. But anyway, that is a long time. But I've been a mom. That's to make the long story short. Then, and the more that the more years that you are a mom, the more that you actually appreciate your mom. Okay, you really now understand why things were before, why they were very protective, why they were very nagging. We always took it negatively, but actually the very qualities that I hated before when I was that mapusok teenager is the very, I think, are the very qualities I am actually imbibing in my son right now. I mean, my mom was very okay, my mom was very nurturing in a way that that it's not nurturing like she was always there whenever we needed her. Yes, she was, but then in a way, it was more of what we how we would go through in life. So nowadays, maybe the thing that I remember more is that she equipped us for life. She had a lot of very probably we can say intelligent things to say. Maybe initially we didn't get it, but then as years went by, oh, this is what my mom was telling me, and she actually equipped me. You know, um, she readied us psychologically and mentally for things to come, because basically as Santos, my brother and I are both artists.
Yes.
Now, even if I'm a Pilates instructor, I still am driven by passion with my teaching, and that I got from dancing. I've learned so much in dancing that I've not learned in school, and most of the dancers and artists would actually ascertain to that. But basically, that balance that my mom equipped us with was like we had to balance our how we approach things, how we would problem solve things, because emotionally you know that you have a problem, but then how do you take on the problem? You cannot be also emotional with solving the problem. So that's where my mom comes in. She knows how to categorize. She knows how to compartmentalize things so that you have a certain view of things, and then you'll have oh yeah, or maybe this is not the good thing to do, or this is not the best solution for it. So in that sense, she was nurturing because she prepared us for life. She Of course she was there when we needed her. And I think for me as a mom with my Elijah, and even with my students, I think the first thing is that you have to know where you are right now and be accepting of who my son is. I have because he's already what, 22, 23. Okay, he is in that of being a man, and it's not like when you're babies, they basically need certain things. But when they become more of a teenager and an adult, you have to be more observant more observant of what they're doing or what their interests are, and be accepting of what they want to do in life, how they are as a person, and you can actually help them through starting from there. Because you cannot have a certain view of you should be like this, you should be like that. and you're gonna be frustrated because they're not gonna be like that. I mean, these are all ideals, but that's not who he is. Maybe probably also in my student, that's not who she is. Maybe I fail to see the good things because you always see what's supposed to be, but it's not.
You're not a dictator as a mom. You're not a tiger mom. You give them
No, no,
space.
I'm not. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and with my students also, and with Pilates also, especially, I think I learned this through my teaching in Pilates because each person, each client has a different body. You cannot be one rule for all. No,
Yeah.
whatever it is that we've learned in Pilates, we have to apply it intelligently, and solve the problem from there. I mean, you cannot see until the body is there. You will not know if you converse with that person. It's a very, very symbiotic kind of thing. That's the same, I think, and I think that's what I learned from my mom. I mean, she looks at us, she knows who we were, we are, and we were, and then she took on from there. And even until now, she can always share something that's gonna be useful because she always looks at me like a third person and then butts in as a mom, and I think that's what I'm lacking because I'm very emotional. I accept that I'm very emotional, and I have to accept that because I won't know if what I need to do if I don't know the problem. I mean, in any case, that's the case, right? And I've applied that with my son because my son get stressed out with me when I get so worried na I'm so worried ganyan.
Worry wart ka as a mom.
Worried ako sa mom. Naku, yung anak ko stress na siya sa akin. Then my mom will magbaba na siya. Sabi niya, oh no, you have to look at why ganyan but siya ganyan because the problem might not be so bad after all. But then yes, especially now during the pandemic, I mean, the dreams, okay, my son's dreams have come to a halt. All his plans have probably changed, and then what do I do? I don't want to worry. You have to accept that things are like that, right? Because why? You cannot guide the person if you're if you yourself are like, oh my gosh, no, we've saved for this, like that, and then now the savings goes to something else.
Right.
Because these are times that we cannot control on, that a lot other things are okay. The pandemic we cannot control, other things we cannot control, but there are things that we can control. And those are probably our emotions and our mental state and of course I cannot forget the spiritual. Okay, I've been more spiritual nowadays. I've believe it or not, syempre, di ba? Wala nang traffic, so I go to my Sunday service diligently, and it really, really puts me into track. It really puts me into track.
Very good. So I think we're segueing already to what are your current obsessions or OCness? I mean, apart from your son, can you tell me now what are your current obsessions or OCness or
Pinakakaabalahan.
kakaalpalahan? Ayan.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm okay. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm okay. OC now in a way, okay. I mean, most of us for sure are trying to be organized in a way. I mean, organized, I think my physical space is very important because the physical space now is not just the home, but it's also a working space. So the air that we breathe here should reflect a kind of aura where you can work and you can relax at the same time. We know that boundary has that there was a boundary before between home and workplace, and that was easy before, but now we can't. No, this is already home and workplace. So I've been more organized now. I think it's also good in a way. If you can see, I'm in my room, and I've organizes some things here, because also this is what the client sees,
Yes.
It has to be pleasant. So in a way, yeah. And then now we don't have a maid, so it is also, I'm taking it positively also, because there might be other things that you're obsessing about before when you had a maid, but now it seems to be, oh, it's quite simple lang naman pala, and if you are the one moving around the house, you know where certain things are and supposed to be, and it makes life easier for you. And I think these things also kind of mentally settles my mind in other things too, because yeah, because you're the one in control of your space, in control of your things.
Right.
And physical, I think the physical space is very important now, and it affects your whole being. I bought a vacuum, I bought a mini vacuum, a big vacuum. I'm gonna buy a laundry, a washing machine, a new one, because I think these are the things that will make life easier.
You're
Since
being you're being true to your role as
really,
Cinderella.
Cinderella there, right there. But then, of course, I'm not gonna forget myself. So I still need to be presentable to my clients. So,
As usual.
so
I don't think you have
I think
problem with that. Yeah.
I think that's very important, and maybe one of the things that I would like to share with others too is that to take care of yourself, to really love yourself, to do things that make you happy, because I mean, you start and end with that, with yourself. Whatever you have, you give. And I think that's why you have to fill yourself with positive things, with God, spiritually, with God, with love and everything, because that, when it's inside you, that will come out naturally. And you cannot please everyone, but at least you do your best. And I
Yeah.
think it has to come from you who you are. So take care of yourself inside and out. I
And
think, yeah.
and with that, I think you're it's a perfect segue already to other messages for your mom, for your Tita Seni, and
Yeah.
maybe to the other moms, the young moms there, especially at these hard times. What do you want to say to the moms out
Okay,
there?
so maybe to wrap up, maybe to the message is like wrapping up everything that I've said. Young moms out there, or older moms like me. um, I think the first thing is that you just remember that you are you have been privileged enough to be sent your children by God. Okay, so if we think about that hinabilin sa atin ito ng Diyos, we start from there, and that nurturing will come into play naturally, because hinabilin sa amin ng Diyos to. This is such a
It's a
privilege, and
gift. A gift. This is a
gift.
gift.
It's such a gift, it's such a gift. So and then and that's what I probably felt with my mom. She took care of me so much in a lot of aspects, and I thank her for that, because whatever I achieved in dance, I wouldn't have achieved that without my mom. Of course, my dad, at talagang kahit na late bloomer ako, at as in, alam nyo yan lahat, how I struggled in dance, and I did not have the perfect technique and all, but I love to do it. I didn't want to do anything but dance. Okay, so whatever it is that dance brought me, whether it put me down and it lifted me up, it's all because of the support of my mom, and that's what I want to do for my son too. If he flops down, I'll help him. I'm not gonna carry him. Okay, don't ever, moms out there, let them fall. Let them fall and find their way. But basta you're there for them to to help them and then. So that's my message. And also love yourselves. As you grow like me. I'm already, let's not talk about age, but I'm not already there. When you go there, when you get to that point, it's sometimes a bit you know, you get to be lonely, you get to the old things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Oh,
you get through.
moms take for
Mhm.
granted
Yeah,
themselves, no?
yeah. That's why yun yung napayo ko. Kasi I am already there in that letter M, that menopause, that stage. So definitely going through a lot of all these emotions right now. But trying to keep in path, you know, trying to trying to stay connected with myself, like integrating everything in myself, my emotional, spiritual being. So take care of yourselves, moms out there, and you won't realize how there's still so much to give despite the pandemic. There's so much to give. Okay, everything comes from here.
And that's it for my premium ballet talk with Miss Katrina Santos.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to see you too.
And this has been another premium ballet talk. See ya.